Hi there. Assalamualaikum everybody. Welcome back to another tutorials. Okay, so in this tutorial I will demonstrate to you on how to use Git in Windows 11, right? So first thing, what is Git actually? Git is considered as a free open source version control system designed to handle everything from small to a very large projects with speed and efficiency. It allows multiple developers to work on the same projects without any conflicts, right? Then track any changes and reverts to previous version if it is needed. Okay, we can say that or think Git as a safety net for the projects and codes. Okay, so in order for you to start to use Git, alright, we need to install Git in our Windows 11 machines. Okay, so for me, I'm using Windows 11. So, how to install it? Definitely, you need to download the Git first, alright? So you can go to git-scm.com. So this is the official website for Git, alright? Then after that, we can download. Okay, so this is the page. This is a download link. So click on the download link. So I'm using Windows, so I click on download for Windows 64-bit for Windows setups. All right. So once the installer has been successfully downloaded to your computers, all right, you can execute the installer lah. So by double clicking it and click yes for UAC, then you just follow the on-screen instructions lah. Okay, so click next, next again. All right, I'm using Notepad. Okay, next, 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 next. Install. Okay. Alright, then we click finish. Okay, so now we need to test either the Git is successful installed in the system or not. Alright, so you can test it by using your terminals. Okay, so for me, I run my terminal. If let's say you don't have terminal, you can run command line ataupun something like CMD. Right, so this is a command prompts. You always can use this one also. Alright. Um, so we try to look at the Git versions. Okay, Git space dash V. All right. So currently the Git version is 2.47. All right. So that is the right version that I have installed previously. Okay. Then we can always use Git. Okay, to show all common commands. Okay, that we can use in the Git procedures lah. For example, Git commits, Git pull, Git push, logs, and so on. So right. So we have Git inits also. Right. Okay. So this is the common command that we use in the Git procedures. Okay, so once we have what we call this one, once we have the Git installed in our machines, right, we can test it. Okay, so how to test it? Okay, so for this tutorial, I will demonstrate to you on how to create a repository in GitHub. Okay, then after that, we create a projects folder in our local machines. Then upload the folder or the files inside the folder into our GitHub repository using the Git commands. Okay, so let's go. Alright, so first thing you need to create a GitHub repositories, right? So you can go to your GitHub page, then I click on the repositories, then I click new. So for example, the repository names I want to put it as IMS, all right? This is a sample project, okay? Then I click create repository. Okay, so now we already successful create a repository known as IMS. Okay, all right. So we have the directory, the repositories now. So this is the command that we can run. Never mind. We will go through step by steps. All right, in order for you to understand how to use uh, Git commands to upload the project into the Git repository. So currently IMS have no files, no files at all. Okay, so zero. Okay, so next, okay, I want to create a file. Okay, I want to create a folder in my machines where this folder will contain the projects. Okay, so I want to create folder in my root directory. Okay, in my root directory, Laragon www. Okay, so I click new folder known as IMS. Okay, the project name is IMS. All right, so this is the folder. So um, let's go back to the terminals. Okay, so I want to go to this targeted file paths lah. C Laragon www.ims. Okay, so let's clear this screen using the cls command. Okay, then I change the directory cd to C Laragon www.ims. So I hit enter. All right. Then I want to open this folder in my VS Code. Okay, so I open this one in the VS Code. So folder IMS is open now. Then I want to create new file named as index.html. Alright. So inside index.html, I will have the HTMLs lah. Okay, the basic HTML taggings. Alright, so I name it as a IMS project. And this is for Git tutorials. Okay. Then I click save. Alright, so now we have the basic HTML here. So as we can see, okay, inside the IMS folder, we already have the index.html. So I also want to put one image. Okay, so I copy one image and I put it in the IMS folders. Alright, okay, so now we have two files. So next process is we want to upload, okay, these files into the IMS repositories, okay, using the git command. Okay, so what we need to do is go back to your terminals, okay, then uh, we need to git use the git inits, all right, git initialize, all right. So git init, okay, is to initialize a new Git repository in the directory, in the IMS directories. So it will create a hidden, okay, once you execute Git init, it will create a hidden .git directories that will track your changes. Okay, so see, I hit enter. So it will create a hidden folder here, .gits. All right, so next, once we have when we initiate the git, all right, then we use git add dot, all right, git add dot will add every single file that we have in the IMS directory or in your project directory. Okay, it is used to stage all changes. So this also, okay, this command also tells git to start tracking every single files or any changes that we have done to the files. Okay, so git add. Okay, hit enter. Then after that, we can check. Okay, what are the files that git add have been monitored for the changes. So we use git status. Right, so we have two files here. Okay, so new file logo.uitem.png and also index.html. All right. Okay, so um next, okay, we use git commit. Okay, so we want to commit this one. So dash m stand for message. All right, then I open quotes. Okay, I say that this is first commit. Okay, first commit. um M is the message. All right, so we hit enter. So it monitor two files. Okay, that we are in the right tracks. All right, then which branch we want to use? So we need to use main branch lah. So git branch dash m, we want to use main branch. Hit enter, and then git remote. Okay, add origins. So we need to have the links, right? Followed by the links. Okay, so what links? This is the links, right? The repository links. Okay, so I just copy this one, then I go back to the terminals, then I paste. Okay, git remote add origins from the GitHub repository IMS. Okay, then I hit enter. Okay, right. So this command is to add the remote repositories. Okay, then after that, last one. Okay, at this stage, okay, the file is not yet uploaded. Okay, so if you refresh, there is no file uploaded yet. All right, so next is the process of push or upload the files into the repository. So we use git push dash upload. Okay, origin main. Then enter. All right. Okay, so writing objects. So new branch main. Okay, so we have successful upload those files. So as we can see here, once we refresh, all right, so those two files has already been uploaded into the GitHub repository for IMS. Okay, for IMS repositories. Right, so now it is very easy step for you. Okay, then if let's say, okay, if let's say, um, here, okay, I have made some changes. For example, I want to apply a bootstrap here. Okay, for example, I apply bootstrap. Let's go to the bootstraps, then documents. Right, so I want to apply a bootstrap here. Okay, so I copy some things here. Right, then I put here. Oops. Okay, then all right. Now I apply the um, bootstrap CDN. Okay, so this is the two changes. Okay, that I have made in my um, index.html. Okay, so we can make changes, right? For example, here, let's say you look at this one. Okay, so index, this only contain the basic one, all right, whereby this one has been included with the CDN for Bootstrap. So I want to upload a new one. Okay, so what we need to do is go back to your terminals. Okay, then we can use git status. We can check the status. All right, so say that index.html has been modified. See, Git will monitor for you, okay, since we already track the changes, all right? So what we need to do is to git add, okay, git add, then git commits, okay, so I want to commit message, um, bootstrap CDN, okay, I see that bootstrap CDN, then git push origin main. So hit enter. Okay, so we have successful. All right, so you go back to the code. Now you can see that we have update. Okay, so we say that now Bootstrap CDN has been included. Then we click on the index. We can see that the CDN link has been updated to the to the uh, repositories lah. All right, okay. So that is how we push some things. If let's say you have made changes, then Git will automatically track it and record it so that you can push it to the repositories. Okay. So all right. Okay. Next, okay. If let's say you make changes, okay, in the GitHub repositories, all right, not in your local machine. So how to sync from GitHub to local machines. Okay, previously we learned on how to sync from local machine to GitHub. So now we want to synchronize from GitHub to uh, to 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 what we call it to our local repositories lah. So for example here, okay, it is strongly recommended to have a README, okay, in your repositories. Okay, so currently we don't have README here. Okay, you can see we only have index and also the logo itself. All right. So I initiate the README file. So I click add README. Okay, so maybe we can start it the introduction. This is for the purpose of learning Git. Okay. Mm, then we have another one, maybe um, what we call that, central project. Okay, IMS. Okay, then after that, we click commit changes. All right, so commit message already generated for you. You always can change it. For me, I just leave it there. Then I click on commit change. Okay, so now we have the README. Okay, so we have the README here. All right. Um, So file readme.md has been created here, but however, in our folder here, we don't have the readme.md. All right. So how to synchronize or how to pull? Okay. Previously we learned to push, then how to pull. Okay. Pulls mean that from the GitHub repository, we pull it into our local machine. So that is easy, guys. All right. So you just navigate back to your go back to your terminals. All right. Then we can use git pull origin main. What is main basically? Main, this one is the main. This is the branch. We can create many branch for one project. Okay, so we can create many branch for one project. So git pull origin main. So it will pull the what we call that, the readme.md. Okay, so hit enter. Okay, see, we have the readmd already. Once you open in your VS Code, we also already have the readmd. Okay, guys, all right. So, um, that is the basic use on how to use the common commands, all right, for Gits. Okay, common command for Gits. So, if let's say you use, there is various way for you to use Git in your computer. For example, we also have Git desktop. I think I will create a different video for Git desktops, and you always can use VS Code source controls. Okay, so you can use the source control also here to synchronize with the Git instead of using the methods of in using the terminals lah. All right. So I'm using terminals just to demonstrate the basic procedures or the basic process of using a Git. Okay. How to pull, how to push, and so on to the what we call it, to the uh, GitHub repositories lah. All right. Okay. So I think that's it. All right. Congratulations if you have learned something new today, okay, on how to create repositories in GitHub, okay, on how to push projects and pull projects to your local machines, okay. So you also have successful installed the Git in your computers in order for you to use the Git commands, right? So if let's say you have any questions or any comments or you want to share anything else, feel free to drop it in the comment sections. Okay, then I think that's all, guys. Thank you very much. Happy coding, and assalamualaikum.